Good Saturday morning. Saturday morning, excuse me. What am I saying? Blah. Feels like the morning. Anyway, good afternoon. Yep. Welcome to the Mike Salim Show. We're talking random topics here. But first off, oh, hey, Katie. Welcome, Katie. Hey, Molly. Welcome to the show. That's my dog, Molly, and my cat, Katie, on the right. Molly on the left. So how's everybody's Saturday? Happy National Coffee Day. This has been a really big, busy week for me because ever since I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's stage 2 lymphoma, just yesterday I went through my first of 3 chemotherapy treatments. And let me tell you something. It was quite an experience, especially for me. And let me tell you. First, the nurse injected me with, gave me Benadryl. Let me tell you, it makes you sleepy and it makes you loopy. And I was on that for a while. Then came the medication. Then came the chemo. And in each time, they'll raise it up, speed it up a bit. Then, though sometimes in between, the machine would make a sound that says offline, or it would indicate it was offline and stuff. So anyway, did that a couple times. Then I was given 3 different medications, where one of them would make, when I use the bathroom, my urine would be pink. So, and also the third one, it would have my hair fall out. So, if you ever heard of the bald eagle, well, pretty soon you're gonna see a bald Melvin. But anyway, but anyways, I have to say, if it wasn't for my bicycle accident, which I shattered my elbow, I wouldn't have known that I would have this disease, because I didn't show no symptoms of the disease, and it was revealed through an x-ray. And on the right side of my neck, they found a swollen right lymph node. And I give a huge shout out to Dr. McHenry from Metro Health and Dr. Tim O'Brien, who helped me out for my first cycle of the chemotherapy. And I possibly might need radiation. But if all goes well, this is, but I'm headed towards a recovery. I'm very, very positive. And that's what Dr. Tim O'Brien said to me, that 96% of this disease can't be cured, because in my case, it's curable. And originally, I was going to get 6 treatments, and I'm getting 3. And so this is day 1. And so far, no side effects. So, and more importantly, they gave me pamphlets to keep with a lot of information, especially the medications I'm taking too. So let's start off with questions about chemotherapy. What is chemotherapy? Chemotherapy is the use of strong drugs to treat cancer. You will often hear chemotherapy called chemo, but it's the same thing. Chemo was first used to treat cancer in the 1950s. The chemo drugs you can get have been tested many times. Research shows that they work to help kill cancer cells. What does chemo do? Doctors choose what drugs to give you based on the kind of cancer you have and how much cancer is in your body. Your cancer care team will talk to you about the goals of chemo before you start treatment. Chemo may be used to keep the cancer from spreading, make the cancer grow slower, kill cancer cells that may have been spread to other parts of the body, make side effects from cancer better, like pain or blockage, and lastly, cure cancer. And I strongly address this, guys. I know sometimes when you're probably doing something, like when you're shaving, always make sure check any of your parts, for lumps, and it goes for the females too. Yeah, by the way, while I was, hey, and it's one thing if they'll give you Benadryl, that's one thing. If you see them going by, or if you see a pretty nurse go walk by, that'll keep you awake. That's for sure. Anyway, moving on. Will chemo be my only cancer treatment? Sometimes chemo is the only cancer treatment needed. More often, it's part of a treatment plan that can include surgery and radiation therapy. Here's why. Chemo may be used to shrink tumors before surgery or radiation. It may be used after surgery or radiation to help kill any cancer cells that are left. It may be used with other treatments if the cancer comes back. How does chemo work? The body is made up of trillions of cells. Cancer starts with something causes changes in a normal cell. This cancer cell that grows out of control and makes more cancer cells. If cancer isn't treated, it can spread to other places in your body and cause more problems. Chemo kills cells that grow fast, like cancer cells. It can affect normal cells that grow fast too, like the cells that make hair or blood, but most normal cells can fix themselves. You will probably get more than one chemo drug. This is called combination chemotherapy. The drugs work together to kill more cancer cells. How is more chemo given? Most chemo drugs are given in one of these ways. Sometimes chemo is a pill or liquid. You just swallow it. You could take it at home, but you must be careful to follow the directions. Chemo can be given like a flu shot. The shots may be given in your doctor's office, at a hospital. Tell your nurse right away. Can I take my other drugs when I'm taking chemo? Some other drugs can affect your chemo. Be sure to tell your cancer care team about all the drugs you take. Don't forget prescription drugs, those you can get without a prescription. Tell them about vitamins, herbs, and anything else you take. Make and keep a list of all the drugs you take. Keep this list up to date and share it with all your doctors. Your doctors could tell whether it's okay to take these drugs while you get chemo. Once chemo starts, be sure to check with your doctor before you start any new drugs, and before you stop the ones you've been taking. How will I know if my chemo is working? Your cancer team will tell how well your treatment is working by doing physical exams, blood tests, and x-rays. Ask your team to explain any test results to you and how they show if your treatment is working. Keep in mind the side effects do not tell you if the chemo is or is not working. How much does chemo cost? The cost of chemo depends on a lot of things, such as which drugs are used and how you get them and how often you get them. You could ask your cancer team about costs, if you need it, where to get help paying for chemo. If you have health insurance, check to see if it pays for your drugs. You would want to keep your health insurance even if you may be out of work for treatment. If you have health insurance through your job, you may consider family medical leave, or if you are protected under the Americans with Disabilities Act, you can call us at 1-800-227-2345 to learn more about this. If your insurance does not pay for treatment, or they will told that you will not pay for a claim, talk to your cancer care team. You may also want to talk to a patient support person at your treatment center. This person can help you look into the government programs, like medical or Medicaid, or find other groups that may help you. Drug assistance programs are offered through many of the companies that make the drugs. Cancer treatment can cost a lot. It's good to know what kind of coverage you have and what help you may be able to get. Skip that part. Will I be able to work during treatment? During chemo, many people can keep doing the things they were doing every day, such as going to work or school. But the side effects of chemo can keep people from being able to do some things they used to do. Also, some treatments may need to be given in the hospital. If chemo means you can't work or play like you used to, you may need to make some changes. One way to do this is to get your chemo late in the day or right before the weekend. This way, it may not affect your daily life as much. Fatigue. Feeling very tired is a common side effect of chemo. This can make it hard to put in a full day's work or do other things you want to do. You may try changing your work hours either by working part-time or working different hours so you can get the rest you needed. Federal and state laws may say your employer has to allow you to change your work hours during treatment. If you'd like to know more about your rights at work, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit the site at www.cancer.org. Click on the live chat button and connect with us through computer chat. What about chemo side effects? Chemo drugs are very strong. They kill any cell that's growing fast, even if it's not a cancer cell. Some normal healthy cells that grow quickly can be harmed. This can cause side effects. Ask your chemo care team what side effects you may experience from the chemo you will get. If you have bad side effects, blood tests may be done to find out if you need a lower dose of chemo, or if you need longer breaks between doses. Keep in mind that even chemo causes problems, the good for you will likely outweigh the bad of the side effects. For most people, side effects go away over time after treatments end.